The bureaucrats. What do we mean by that? You have to pay taxes now. You can't avoid taxes because you know if you avoid taxes, they'll lock you up. That's right, tax evasion. I'm not saying that the system is not I ain't gonna say it's fixed, but it's not. It's the weights are not level. Let's put it that way. All right, they're not level, and it always seems that the ones that make the less money is the ones that get penalized the most. But the ones that are wealthy, they're the ones that benefit from everything. And then they do something wrong, then they still benefit. They still don't go to jail. All right, so that's just the way it is, unfortunately. All right. Number 2, bankers. Bankers, we just talked about that, didn't I? About the interest rate on your savings. All right, you put money in the bank, they give you 1.5%. That's no money, or 2%. So investing comes along. If you're willing to take a little bit of a risk, just a little bit. I ain't saying, it depends on how old you are. The younger you are, when it comes to investing, the more risk you can take because you have more years to make more money and accumulate more wealth. But the older you get, you cannot. At my age, I cannot afford any risk. Very, very little, because I can't make those years up because I don't have that many more years ahead of me. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're in your 20s and just starting out, yes, you could be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to your investing. Once you, like I said, sit down and talk to somebody that knows about investing and that can guide you and direct you, you may get a higher yield or return, but your risk tolerance is going to be a little bit higher. All right? But as you get older, your risk tolerance is going to be a little bit lower now because you can't afford to lose as you get older. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So you got to be very wise at it. We're going to talk about this more in investing versus savings in about 2 weeks. Businesses. All businesses have something to sell. Their job is to part you with your money. That's what we say. Money is an exchange method. It's an exchange method. But you got to be wise on how you spend your money. Everybody's going to try to sell you something. All right? That's what advertising is all about. That's what marketing is all about. To entice you to think. And what you keep seeing, saying, well, maybe, I may try that out. I think I want to get that. That's the whole point. But you got to be wise. Now, I understand that we all working, we work, and we deserve some things here and there. We all deserve that. But don't just go overboard and buy things that you really don't need. All right, I understand basic living. You got to have a place to live, house or apartment for right now until you get yourself in a position, buy some land and buy a house. But your basic needs, you got to have shelter. All right, you got to have food. You got to have clothing. Now, if you don't live in a big populated area, like I'm from New York City area, that you get back and forth to work, if you're not in those type of areas, you're going to need a car to get back and forth to work. Now, if you live in a big metropolitan area, you don't need a car because you take public transportation to get you back and forth to work. All right? So, those basic needs are met. Now, anything else other than that, now if you want to buy you a television for home, for entertainment for yourself when you come home, yeah, that's okay. But do it within your means. Now, you may say, well, I won't need a 75-inch. I won't need a 65. Well, right now, if you don't have that kind of money, why are you going to go spend that kind of money on that? Start small, save your money, and as time goes on, you get something bigger. All right? Takes time. All right? Now, I know you enjoy eating. I love to enjoy eating too. But I have learned over the years how to curtail my eating, and I don't have to eat a whole lot to be satisfied. All right? Now, some of you may like shrimp, which I do. You may like filet mignon. You may like lobster, but every night you can't eat that. Sometimes you may have to eat a dollar meal. You may have to go to the store and buy groceries instead of going out every night or every weekend. Okay? Sometimes you may have to make food and have leftovers and take it to work with you to save some money. All right? Praise be to God. This is good. Brides and beaux. All right? We talk about relationships now. Now, you get into a relationship, you got to be wise with your money, man. I understand, man, you want to impress the woman, but also you got to be realistic and explain to her, baby, this, and I think this is very, very important. When you get into a relationship with somebody that you really, that you admire, and you're thinking about hopefully, that relationship to grow, you need to give that young lady or inform her what your goals are in life and what you're trying to achieve. All right. Now, let me say this to say that. It doesn't take a whole lot to please a woman. It's the small things that attract a woman to a man. His thoughtfulness, his kindness, opening the door for her, saying how nice she looks, thanking her for being there for you and assist you with certain things. Those things mean a lot to a woman. Now, if you're trying to save for a home, she should understand. I said, well, baby, we can't go out this weekend. Do you mind if we go to the store, do some shopping or whatever? And do you mind cooking a meal? And she won't even mind that. She just wants to spend time with you, intimate time. I'm not talking about the sex part. I'm talking about intimate time, meaning sharing time together and learning more about each other. All right? So sometimes you can't always go out and splurge and do things of that nature. It's nice to do every once in a while, special occasions. If you get a raise on your job and you got a little bit extra, and then you want to invest some of your money and put a little in savings. I'm not saying you don't save at all. You got to have a little bit in savings, but you don't want to put all your money in savings because it's not going to give you the rate of return that you want, so you can start building and making more money. You know what I'm saying? So be honest and be upfront of what you're trying to achieve. Give her your vision, and she'll respect that. All right? Praise be to God. Brothers-in-laws. Or in-laws. You gotta watch. You got in-laws that if you're doing well, they may want to hit you up. So be very careful about that. All right? Be very careful. All right. Number 3, financial IQ. Number 3, budgeting your money. We just talked about it. I ain't really got to say too much about that because you got to learn what to buy, what you need instead of what you want. That's plain and simple. Budget your money. First, before you can get on the you got to set up a budget to pay off all your bills first. Pay off your bills. Don't keep getting yourself deeper and deeper in a hole because you will never get out of it, and you will never be able to prosper. You will never, because you'll always be behind the 8 ball. All right. Leveraging your money. We just talked about that a minute ago. All right. Leveraging your money. Borrowing money to increase your power of your own cash. That's talking about investing. Kawasaki says if you have the financial intelligence to control the investment, but if you're not in control of the investment, the leverage is risky. What do we talk about the risk level? If you don't understand how to invest, then you need to ask somebody before you do it. All right? Because it can be very risky on what you may want to invest your money in, and then the stock market falls, and then you lose money. You see what I'm saying? So learn how to leverage. If you don't know, ask somebody. That's all you gotta do. I deal with Scottrade. I got an account with Scottrade that I do investing with them, and I asked them. Matter of fact, I was at the bank last week. I had a situation early part of the week. I was in there talking. I said because I want to open another account probably in the springtime. To do some more investing, but I need to know what can I invest in will be the best area for me at my age, so I can maximize the money where I'm putting it, so it can maximize my return. All right. So you got to learn how to ask questions. All right. All right. Number 5, improving your financial information. Warren Buffett is probably one of the most successful investors of all time. He started with penny stock. And I don't really know about that, but they said you can get very wealthy with penny stock, but I don't know how to invest in trade. So those are some things that I have to learn more about. You see what I'm saying? I have to learn more about those things. But I'm telling you what I have learned, how I've got out of debt, and how I started investing. And I'm still learning more each and every day. And you can do this too. You listen to my tapes, get on the internet, go to see people, go to Scottrade. I like Scottrade because there's a person that you can sit there and talk to about it. Going online, they may not be able to talk to you. I know Fidelity Investments that's a brick and mortar business as well. You can go into the office and talk to them. Just call them right on up. Set up an appointment, go in and talk to them. That's the best way to do it if you don't understand. All right? Warren Buffett is the most successful investor of all time. Yet he never takes a gamble. Because he's wise. Buffett conducted extensive research of every decision they make. Before they buy a company, they want to know everything about it. Obtaining this information allows them to invest with confidence. Information creates wealth. There it is again. It's not the money. It's the information that you receive that can make the money for you. That's the key. All right. In order to improve your financial information, it is important to, one, separate fact from opinion. You got to get the facts, because everybody has an opinion. Everybody has one. All right? Get the facts from somebody that knows, not somebody that's a fly-by-day person that knows little bits of it. Get the facts from a person that really knows. All right? Go to the source of the information. All right? Go right to the cow's mouth and get the information right from that person, not by somebody else. All right? Number two, verify the information that you have received. Verify. Now, don't just sell with one person, call around. Okay, you got a financial planner, maybe you got a financial planner in your bank. I mean, at your bank. It could be you may have a financial planner at your church, and you think about doing something. Ask questions. It don't hurt. You get the information, you get it by somebody else. This person told me this about this investment, man. What do you think? Throw it to them. It don't cost you a dime to ask the question. And 9 times out of 10, they'll probably answer the question for you. All right? Know the rules. If you don't understand how an investment works, don't make it. Plain and simple. I just said that. Don't make it. You don't understand, don't do it. All right? Understand the trends, because the stock market goes up and down. It goes up and down. You got new companies coming in. You got risk. That may be a good company like Microsoft or what else is out there at this time. There's so many new companies out there. Facebook, iPhone. There's all a lot of things going out there. There's trends. And people out there making money. They're selling companies. They're buying companies. But you got to understand the trends. If you don't understand, ask the questions. All right? Smart investors use trends to make informed decisions. However, it's important to note that trends do not project the future facts, which they don't, because it may be up today, but it may be down tomorrow, or it may be down in 5 years. You put all this money into it, and then it crashes, then you lose all that money. It's gone. You can't get it back. It's over. All right. Let's get into the 15 must-have financial education lessons to gain true financial literacy. All right, let's get into this. How would I teach money if I ran our schools? I don't know much about running schools, but what would I do? What is financial education? That's one thing that is not being taught in our schools, which needs to be taught. That's a good question, and one that has many different answers depending on who you talk to. For some, financial education means teaching kids how to save money, balance a checkbook, and use a credit card responsibly. That's a part of it, but that's not the whole thing now. All right? For others, it means teaching how to invest in the stock market and managing a 401k. Part of it. Whatever your definition of financial education, it's clear that there's one thing we all agree on. Financial education is nearly non-existent in our schools. And why is that? Because a lot of people that are in there, they don't understand finances. So why are they going to teach it? Because they want, it seems like society wants you to stay in debt. Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example of this. When I used to work at Duke University many years ago, and some of y'all that went to college, you probably can attest to this. When you're a freshman at college, you first come into your first year, you got your student union, you got your campus, and you go to student union, and the first thing they do when you go to school, you see out there in the student union, you got credit card companies out there offering you a credit card. Right or wrong? They offering you a credit card. Well, if you sign up for a credit card today, you'll get this gift, bam. And what they doing is they trying to sucker you in to get the credit card, all right? And then if you do not wisely know how to manage credit, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble, and it really can ruin your credit history at a very young age. All right, and that's the problem. And they do that. They'll solicit you, or in the mail. They'll send you. I get them all the time. As soon as I tear it up and throw it in the garbage can because I don't need it. I have some credit cards, but I have no credit card debt. None. I have zero credit card debt. I don't owe nobody nothing. But I did that one time. I owed a whole lot. But I had to learn. For me to be able to save and invest money and to help others, I had to get out of debt and control my budget. I had to do it. So things that I thought I needed, I don't really need it. Long as I got a roof over my head, clothes on my back, I got a little bit of food to eat, and I can get back and forth to work, got a car, get back and forth to work, I'm fine. I'm good. My needs are being met. The scripture says in Philippians 4:19, God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. And he will, and he's doing that. Now, is it all right for me to go out and get something here and there? I may get something here and there, but no, it's not like it's a big deal. Because I don't do it like that often. Every once in a while, I may buy, I don't even buy clothes like that anymore. I got tons of clothes in my closet, but I don't even buy clothes like that anymore. I don't buy something because I want it. I buy it because I may need it. Because really, like I said, to live, you need clothing, you need shelter, and you need food. So if it ain't around those three things, I really don't buy nothing. You see what I'm saying? Now I gotta keep the maintenance up on my car. All right, I gotta put gas in it. All right, gotta pay the insurance, gotta pay the car note, which we're gonna talk about that because we talked about liabilities and assets. Remember we talked about that? The car, I need to pay this car off. I just had to get another one because the other one had electrical fire a couple of weeks ago, so I had to get another car. I could have put some money down, but it wouldn't have made a bigger dent in it as much as I want to, because if you don't have at least 20% to put down on the car, leave that. Don't give them that $2,000 or $3,000 down, because that's not gonna make a big difference. Because they only knocking off $20 per every $1,000 that you put down. So that's where they're making a big dent. You see what I'm saying? But we'll deal with that in another broadcast. All right. Let's go to lesson number 1. Lesson number 1: the history of money. The history of money. It's important to understand how money works. And a lot of us don't know how it works. All we know is we got money, we can go buy what we want. That's all we know, right or wrong. That's all we know. And parts of doing that is by studying how it worked in the past. We got to understand how money can work for you. That's what it is. Not getting the money and spending it. We have to learn how to use, we have to learn how to use the money to benefit us so we can help others and also invest in our future and our family's future. That's how you make it work. That's how you learn how money works. Use what we do. We go out and work for the money, and then the money's gone. We got to make the money and then make the money work for us. All right? Money has progressed over the centuries from something pretty simple like bartering. Some of y'all have heard of the bartering system. All right? Pretty complicated like derivatives. Is gone from being an object to an idea. So it's not tangible and intuitive. It's important to study money to grow rich. Some dates that are important. Let's look at this. 1903, Rockefeller's General Education Board takes over the United States education system. 1913, the Federal Reserve is formed. 1929, the Great Depression. We should always remember. We should remember that. All right. The Bretton Woods Agreement. 1944. 1971. Richard Nixon takes the dollar off the gold standard. 1974, Congress passes the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. Social Security. All right. Let's go to lesson number 2. We got to understand how money works and the history of money and how we can use that money to benefit us instead of it becoming a liability. It becomes an asset. All right. Understanding your financial statement. A lot of us get these. If you got a bank account, you're going to get a financial statement every month, all right? Or sometimes you may get it quarterly. It just depends. Sometimes a lot of us don't even deal with that anymore. We go online and we check the statement that way, right or wrong. They always want you to go paperless because if they want, but if they send you a paper statement, they want to charge you for it. They're trying to encourage you to go online and use it. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand your financial statement. If you don't understand it, sit down with somebody that can teach you about it. All right? Your credits and your debits. Where's this money going in? You just can't have money coming in your hand and going out of your hand because you're making it, but you're not gaining nothing with it. You see what I'm saying? It's just going from one hand to the other hand. You got to learn how to keep money in your pocket and keep and really lessen what's going out of your pocket. All right? All right. Number 3. The difference between an asset and a liability. We just talked about that just a minute ago. one reason many people are in financial trouble is because they confuse liabilities with assets. Now, I just told you, the car I have out there, if I'm paying a car note